So what is special about this T20I? We'll allow Siddharth to tell us, since he has spent 2 days dreaming about cricket and being back on Sports Today.
I mean, this is the last T20I before the T20 World Cup. And that's why this game is your last opportunity to test the bench strength that is there. You got the likes of Avesh, Sanju, one more chance for Rohit Sharma to ensure he ends his run of poor scores, because last 3 T20Is that he's played in India, it's all been ducks.
You predicted a diamond duck, if I'm not mistaken. You
Yes.
said silver, golden, diamond.
Yeah, he got a 2-ball duck in Mohali, he got a 1-ball duck in Indore. Natural progression should be a diamond duck.
Natural progression mean he gets run out without having faced the ball.
Exactly. Can happen.
Won't happen.
Shouldn't happen.
Shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen, and
Won't happen.
yeah, it won't. It won't. So yes, at the Chinnaswamy, your last T20I before the T20 World Cup, and after that you play the test matches, 5 against England, and the IPL, 74 plus games.
What is the latest about bench strength? Are they playing today? Not playing? What is the
Well,
inside
according
news?
the inside news is that maybe Sanju might get a game. Because Avesh, Jitesh has not been in good form in the last 2 games, although he did show good intent.
But
match
good
he
form?
Huh?
You not been watching or what? First match he was outstanding. Yeah.
Okay, I mean that's typical Jitesh. I mean,
So what else do you expect him to do?
My
He's got to
last
get
match
15
he-
balls to face. If he gets 30 or not out, what can he do?
What more can he do?
well, okay.
Like, what does he do?
But again, see, Jitesh.
Say, okay, now that I'm in form, extend the 20 overs to 25. Give me another 5 overs.
won't make a difference. As we know with this team, we know that there are going to be changes when the
That
squad
is
is
another
announced.
thing. But your earlier statement is
I mean,
Factually incorrect.
see, 7 matches so far he's played about 100 runs.
colored.
Okay. Then Sanju might come in.
I don't think it's down to form. I think it's more down to the fact that
Testing
they want to
when
try, not even test Sanju in that role. He's never
Number 5,
played
yeah.
at not even 5, potentially 6. Could very well be 6. You don't know, and he's never batted that low down the order. If you're gonna take him as a backup and your wicketkeeper bat only slots in there, he needs to play at least one game. If he doesn't get to bat, so be it. At least you gave it a shot. No problem.
That's the thing. You have to get a chance to bat.
Now the latest from the ground is that
Even Avesh.
there is, Avesh Khan has been bowling on the side pitch. Sanju Samsung is doing a few sprints. Kuldeep Yadav is also bowling a bit on the side pitch. And Yashasvi Jaiswal is also bowling. But that's not to say that Yashasvi Jaiswal will bowl in the match. He is anyway expected to play.
Yeah.
Unless you never know, they keep doing rotation and this time say Shubman and Rohit will open. Never know, na? I'm just saying if you are
Yeah.
experimenting. But if you're not experimenting, then you play the same team. Having said that, this is just what is being observed at the ground. So the ground reality is that Mukesh is bowling on the side pitch. Sanju Samsung is also sprinting, warming up. Kuldeep Yadav is also bowling a bit, rolling his arm over. So can these the three that have not got a chance so far in this series, can they get a chance here? But let me tell you, with some experience, there have been umpteen number of times I have seen somebody like, hypothetically Ashwin is not been playing the first few games. Last game you think Ashwin will get a chance. Then you go and you see Ashwin bowling on the side pitch, warming up. You say, oh, Ashwin is bowling on the side pitch, warming up, he's going to play. 11 is announced and Ashwin's name is not there. I'm only taking Ashwin as example. I'm not saying it's only happened with them. Just as an example that this tends to happen, that you see bowlers warming up. That's because even the reserves, even though they completely know they are not playing, also can be seen just rolling their arm over, warming up, because what else are they supposed to do? They do that, and then once the match starts, some of them go to the nets if they are available behind the stadium also and practice a bit rather than just sitting. They do that. If they are not on water duty, they do that. So no guarantee, despite the fact that we've told you 3 facts about 3 players that haven't played and what they are doing, no guarantee that we will see them in the 11.
Yeah, as I said, playing a game of chess is far easier than predicting this Indian cricket team, who have confounded every single time they've stepped out.
So playing a game of chess is easier, but is easier than anything so far as you're playing with another novice like you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, playing a game of chess is very tough against a
It's
good opponent.
actually easy. You just have to know the rules.
He just described every sport ever.
No, in chess in particular. It is easy. I mean, look, there is physical exertion.
I give him credit.
I get his point.
Yeah,
His point
it's
is
like
well
cricket. You may know the rules, but bowling is not going to be easy.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Batting will not be easy. You may not be able to hit the ball.
At all.
Chess, at least you can move. If you know the rule, you can move. He has a point.
You have to know which. I mean, even a pawn can go diagonally even without cutting. That's also there. The en passant rule. It's diagonal. You can just go to the other square also and go. That's the en passant.
Without cutting the.
Yeah, it has to be diagonal at this particular point in time. D5 and C4 at this
Never knew
particular
this
point
one.
in time. Yeah, it's called en passant. Check it out.
Must be. I'm not saying you're the chess
Yeah.
expert.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's a surprise for me.
Yeah, it's called en passant. That's why I lost one game because of that rule. I didn't know the rule.
Only one game you lost in
To
your life.
Anand while playing.
Okay, at least it's not an embarrassing loss.
You lost to Vishwanathan
You lost to a
Anand.
grand
So you're trying to
master.
tell me if you knew the rule, you would have beaten
I
him.
would have drawn him. I could have drawn him.
And no, although he's making it sound like the only competitor he's ever played against is his own uncle.
No, the only one he's lost a game to.
Is his own uncle, and what's his name?
It's Vishy.
A certain Vishwanathan
A
Anand.
certain Vishwanathan Anand.
All people.
Not played against anyone. Played against uncle.
That would have been my crowning moment to have
Until
drawn
now,
him.
the top ranked Indian in chess.
He was.
Yeah.
Twice he's been dethroned. Once by Pragnananda yesterday rather, and by Gukesh in the Chess World Cup. He got dethroned in that particular time. But yeah,
So only twice in your life have you lost a chess game. I'm sure you must have.
I played a lot, so I've lost all the times. But against
You said the only
Anand,
time I lost is when I didn't know the rule.
I didn't know this particular. I said, he just jumped here. Why did you do that? It's en passant. I said, Then I said, oh yes, he is right. I could have at least drawn the game. We didn't.
That this better not be an urban legend.
It's not an I played when he was in Mumbai. He was playing a this thing with about 15-20 people. I was one of them. So there, that was the only time I had a good chance of a draw against him. But otherwise, it's all been under 10 moves that I've lost. 10
You
to
lasted 10.
Yeah, but in that simulcast, I lasted nearly 30-40 moves.
There's this video of Carlson where he's in that rapid chess very late,
Yeah.
and
For a 3-minute game, he came 2.5 minutes late.
allows that the time is started. So his clock is running, the opponent is sitting, waiting. Only 30 seconds left on the
Yes.
clock. He reaches, plays his first move. So he only has 30 seconds on his clock to play. Wins it. Yeah. What has come? Challenges.
Do you play chess online? No, I don't, Sanket Joshi.
Sanket is going to challenge you.
Yeah, he can.
Doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani.
See, he'll win. I'm pretty sure about that because
Oh,
my
but he
chess.
conceded.
How? No, see, I don't have that concentration levels anymore. Just you
So
need.
what year was this? This draw of yours, famous draws?
This was in 2015. 15.
8 years back.
9 years.
9 years.
9 years
You go by technicalities.
Yeah, it's
Sanket, you'll have to find another opponent. Not our man.
not my. I've lost those powers of concentration a long time back. So that's why it's
Also,
tough.
Siddharth was saying because he's changed his diet, he's losing focus at times.
Yeah, it is. That's another problem.
What that even mean?
I can't.
Like you change your diet.
I'm low on energy a lot of times.
Really?
That I can agree.
I'm low on energy, yes.
Because if his body is used to having those soft drinks that he has,
The shots.
multiple shots, and then suddenly if he's going to
he's
not
from the
be
old
having
country,
it, yeah, so his body is going to be
Withdrawal.
like, where is those tons of sugar that I get via
gone.
the Pepsi and the Coca-Colas that you have?
It's gone. All gone.
So then I agree. Low on energy, body used to so many soft drinks you're not giving them, then obviously.
Exactly.
Learn from Virat Kohli.
Oh, no, that
Oh,
is
Cristiano Ronaldo?
next level.
Agua.
That's next level. That discipline, that's not possible. Because those guys are next level when it comes to dedication and fitness and all that. Even I think, has Messi undergone a similar thing like that? Or only Ronaldo and
He does advertising for them, but I'm pretty sure none of these guys ever indulge in those kind of things. Trust me.
yeah.
Yeah, but I've seen that Messi isn't that militant in his approach to eating.
If you're a genius,
No
that tends to
hardcore,
happen.
no hardcore. Like, of course, he has to be fit and with six-pack abs, and which most footballers have, as you
Seen his
see.
recent workout videos.
Yeah, they work out and they have that.
By
But
the way,
there are times when you see, and I've seen, that when you get the menu list over there. So a lot of pizzas and all, which a lot of professional athletes avoid. So there have been times where he's, after
But
a
I
game
remember-
consumed a lot of pizza. In there, that whole Argentine
Their barbecues are
group
popular.
barbecues where they make a lot of beef and stuff like that. I'm not saying that's healthy or unhealthy, but surely you can't be having it at a regular.
And another thing they'd constantly be having is that tea, mate.
But just healthy.
Which
Mate is
actually
very healthy. That's a South American thing,
Yeah.
where they carry this with a straw.
Straw and the tea leaves are on top.
It's like benefits of green tea sort of a thing.
By the way, you mentioned about Messi yesterday. I did cross-check, and yes, the World Cup cycle wasn't included in the.
No, news reports were saying that the World Cup cycle wasn't.
No, I checked twice. Wasn't there?
Interesting, it was a tie between Haaland
Yeah.
Yes.
And Haaland, yes.
Yes.
But because he had more 5-pointers, as in
Yeah.
first places. So he won.
No, that was because more captains had voted for Messi.
No, in captains, you only look at captains and then you see just pure number one position, because you get points for being second and third also. So you eliminate second and thirds. The one with most number ones will win by captains. So that
I think
is
they were locked
the
at 48
criteria.
or 50.
So you first zero down on only captains' votes. So you
Yeah.
eliminate journalists as well as managers' votes. In captains, who's got most ones, like first position, 5 points. No, for first position. So ones who's got most 5-pointers, he wins. So that's how it was decided. But if it's no World Cup, then I'm a bit surprised that Messi
It is
won
no World Cup. I checked because coming into let's say dugout yesterday, I sort of had a glance on it, but I wanted to cross check, so I did go back yesterday and I checked. It was surprising because you look at those numbers, you look at the kind of wins then for Manchester City and Haaland, obviously. Then of course.
There you go. Breaking news. India have won the toss for the third time in a row.
And I want to
this
take that.
time they have ensured that Siddharth doesn't go disappointed from here, because from the first T20I itself, he's been screaming hoarse that please India bat first, that's your weakness. I would want you to do it. And guess what Rohit Sharma has done?
He's chosen to bat. With the series won and everything, he's
Can I tell you, yesterday itself I had predicted that 100% India batting first. You know how? Because if India would have won the toss, they would have wanted to bat first. Now that they won the series, they haven't batted one. And if Afghanistan had won the toss, they would have chased, because that's the right thing to do, right? Most teams are doing. So if you had to ask me yesterday, only 100% I'd have said that come what may, India batting first. Because in both the scenarios, India would have been batting first.
and
also the
what's
venue.
happened.
Chinnaswamy is a good chasing, not a good chasing ground in the
Having
T20s.
said that, last match India played here was the India-Australia T20I. It was a low-scoring game. India got 160. They defended it.
Yeah.
Batted first. Again, not chasing. Batting first. Not the 190, 200 you expect here. 160, which you would have thought would have been a below par total. But they defended it because on that occasion, I remember, it was a spin-friendly track. It was a dry surface, spin-friendly track, which did not allow both teams to get the kind of runs that they expected. This time, there is a bit of grass on the pitch, but it's also expected to be double paced.
Yep.
So a 2-pace pitch, which again might tell you it may not be as big a total that we've gotten used to watching in Bengaluru.
Yep.
It could still be a mid-range total. That could be a winning total.
Yep.
Maybe, and that's why you've taken an all-rounder out and you've gotten Kuldeep.
So 2 leg spinners, Bishnoi
So
and
there's Bishnoi
Kuldeep.
as well. There's Kuldeep who's going to bowl
Aksar.
in
You've got two
tandem.
wrist spinners.
Yeah.
That could also be prompted by the fact. So that's the big news that Akshar Patel has gone out.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Jitesh.
you've got a Kuldeep coming.
Kuldeep,
So
yeah, yes.
3 spinners continue, but now instead of 2 all-rounders in spinners, you've gone with 2 regular spinners,
Yeah.
which means once again your batting will go down to number 7, as
Yes.
has been the case so far. But why that is interesting is probably, I'm just trying to second guess, the reason they may have done it was that in both the games, your number 7 and 8 never got a chance to bat.
Yep.
So you thought maybe
From 8 to 7 now. Because you had Aksar otherwise, now Aksar's gone out, Kuldeep.
Yeah,
But again,
so
Kuldeep.
batting till 7, that's what I'm saying.
So
Yeah.
Washington
from
will
8
get a
to
promotion.
Yeah,
8.
but both your 7 and 8 didn't bat
Yeah.
Exactly.
in both the games, which is why they must have said, okay, buffer till 7 is good enough. Our rest of the batters are doing the job. Though I just hope that that's not the long-term plan, because long-term, yes, you're not playing the best opposition right now. Afghanistan are very competitive, I agree, in T20, but not the top contenders in T20 cricket. And if you were to play top contenders, I think 8 is the ideal option. But maybe again prompted by the fact, as I mentioned, no 7-8 got batting, and that you won the series already, and it's the last game at home before the World Cup. So all of that put together, you said if you want to experiment, let's go.
Yep. So no Arshdeep also. That means you're playing with only one left arm bowler
In Kuldeep.
in Kuldeep. That's about it.
But rest of them are like for like. So for example, if you've let go of Arshdeep, because you would have wanted to even see how Avesh does, you've given him the chance. Similar for the wicketkeeper batter, you've let go of a Jitesh, and you want to see if Sanju, as earlier we pointed out, can Sanju also be that finisher? If you're asking him to be that, so then Sanju, maybe, I don't know, the team sheet suggests that Sanju might bat slightly
Above
higher
Rinku.
above Rinku. Possible, because Rinku does that finisher's role to perfection.
Yeah.
And since Sanju is not tested in that role, if you get him to bat at 5, which he'll be more comfortable with, not a bad option to go with, if that is to be the case. We don't know.
Because but will he get a chance also? Because see, Rinku at 5, Sanju at 6. For the first time in a very long time, Sanju's going to bat at 5.
If he at all gets to
No,
bat.
he will. Because again, if you're going to bat aggressively,
You will lose
a few
wickets.
100%. So he might very well get a chance to bat.
I hope he does. I don't
Once he
mind the
gets-
loss of wickets, and I hope we do sort of at some point get to see Sanju. Hopefully, let's say in that position where he is demanded to attack, because that's the big question mark right now. Can he, let's say, accelerate? Because he needs to do something superlative over here for one to put Jitesh Sharma on the back burner, which also you may not do by the end of it. But Jitesh is very much, he has his nose in front of Sanju right now. Sanju, because if you have to assume that Ishan Kishan is no longer in the scheme of things, Sanju still is, let's say, you need something from Sanju today.
I
Has
think
to be
it-
like in excess of 25-30 runs in less than half the balls.
It will depend upon the batting order also. Because see, it's like left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. So if a left-hander gets out, then Rinku will get a promotion. If
That's
a
all.
right-hander
Yes.
gets out, then this Sanju Samson will get a promotion.
No, that's an interesting point, because I think that's what they have decided also.
Yeah.
And that's why they keep the batting order like that.
Yep.
To allow a player, if it's a left-hander who gets out, bring in a left-hander. I think they will continue to do that. And in Sanju and Jitesh's case, you've got a right-hander coming in anyway. So there's not an extra left-hander coming in per se. So it allows you to do that. And Dubey is also there. You got Yashasvi. So enough left-hander and Rinku.
Yep.
So then 3. So the top
Washi.
6 you can switch, right? 3 right-handers, 3 left-handers.
Yep.
Pretty much.
So even Washington is a left-hander. So you got
Actually,
Yashasvi,
you have 4
Dubey,
left-handers.
Yeah, Rinku, Washington, Kuldeep. That's 5. 4 batters, 1.
Which has been the combination
Yeah.
throughout this series.
Yep.
They've had 4 left-handers in the top 7 or top 8 in that sense. But no, they actually had 5 with Akshar Patel.
Aksar.
Akshar was the 5th
Yeah.
left-hander. So you were actually rare occasion where you're talking about India never have left-handers. Now they're outnumbering the righties.
But in terms of ratio, still the same,
Yeah,
because you had
6-5.
5 out of 8, and now you got 7 batters, so you've got 4.
4 out of 7. Yeah.
Ratio remains the same.
Yes. So small ground at the Chinnaswamy, but surprisingly, in a T20I you get low scores. In the IPL it just transforms itself into a batting paradise.
In fact, even the pitch report did say that it could be a little bit too pace, which is why it would be the worst idea in the world to bat first. I don't think that would have played much of a factor here. I think series is done. You may as well try and test yourself when it comes to setting a target rather than chasing a target. You've won a series chasing targets, and India are a very good chasing side. Their problem always comes when it comes to setting a target. So
Anyway, if you want to look at a good omen, in the last 2-3 matches when you have batted first, you have won. I mean, you defended in South Africa and Johannesburg. You won that game while defending, and then you also won in Bangalore. So that's why the one loss that happened against Australia, obviously it came while they were not able to defend the total. So yes, I am only looking at this game as an opportunity to iron those things
So
out.
what is going to be, and for example, I know that what you've done is, and this is what we spoke yesterday, that 3 players hadn't got a chance, and you've given them a chance here.
Yeah.
But let's take a look at Avesh for that matter. If he has a very good game, what about it? Will it make any difference? Because, as we said, if you're taking 3 fast bowlers, Siraj and Bumrah are already there.
Yeah.
And I don't think today's performance, whatever it might be from Avesh, can push him ahead of an Arshdeep. I'm not even counting Shami for now because we've seen the Indian team go hot and cold with Shami. Sometimes he's in favor, sometimes they don't want to mix formats, they don't pick him for T20 for whatever reason. So even if I'm not counting him, then your third bowler would or has been Arshdeep.
Yeah.
And I'd even say that Mukesh slightly ahead in that sense
Yep.
of Avesh. So Avesh plays today, but is he playing just because, oh, okay, he's been sitting in the bench, let's play him? Or does he realistically have a chance? I don't see that.
I think it's just for that only.
Yeah,
In the bench.
it's just to give him exactly some game time, just so that he can run through.
Realistically,
strides
how can he be ahead of all the guys that you mentioned? Arshdeep,
Exactly.
Shami, for example, even Mukesh. Mukesh has been the scheme of things ever since July.
But again,
might not
we
make
were
the squad.
exactly we were making the 15 the other day. Mukesh also it's touching. Rather, he's not
No,
there.
he won't, I agree. But
Exactly.
still would be ahead of an Avesh, right?
Yeah.
Should be. Should be.
And even if you look at in the squad, Arshdeep is miles ahead. In the squad also, that's why in the squad of 15, you're only getting in Arshdeep. There is no way you can.
If at all you get.
If
Yeah.
at all you manage to get him, yeah.
Because again, let's say if you go Shami and you're only going 3 and Hardik would be that guy.
Fourth,
you
yeah.
may not. Unless you go with 4 fast bowlers, which is a possibility. In which case, then I think both Shami and Arshdeep make it.
Though the other day you suggested maybe 3 could be the philosophy going
I
forward.
would. But
Yeah.
I'm saying even if they went 4, it won't be like, a shock.
No, 4 would actually be very clear and straight thinking or conventional thinking, let's say. It won't be something out of the blue.
Yeah.
4 is what you would expect actually.
So
Not
then-
having a 4th will be being, treading a little close and being a little risky about it.
So
Because
then
what if one of
Arshdeep
them
makes
pulls
it.
up?
No, then Arshdeep makes it. Also, what really works in Arshdeep's favor is a left
Left
arm.
arm.
And that he's been playing consistently for long. Yes, his form, the recent past has been patchy, but I still see the team having enough faith in him and going with it.
You played with 3 pacers and 2 spinners in the series against the West Indies, right? In the 5-match T20Is.
There.
Yeah, you played.
Which you lost.
No, but then that was the composition, right? 3 pacers and 2 spinners.
But there has now been a switch in that thinking clearly. Because in India, you played even on places where you would have wanted to play a fast bowler, especially on smaller ground, like Mohali, you would have wanted. Even in Indore, because smaller grounds, spinners sometimes not an ideal place to perform. So all the more you would have gone with a fast bowler. But even those grounds, you said, no, let's go with spinners. So I thought that the only logic there is that you're thinking long term.
Yep.
You're thinking what you're going to be doing at the T20 World Cup. And I think the indication was that we will go with 3 spinners. And why they're also doing that is probably because of them having multiple options in spin bowling all-rounders, not multiple options in fast bowling
Yep.
all-rounders.
And one more big advantage that you can actually have a very flexible combination as far as spinners and pacers are concerned in the West Indies and the USA. None of the games are going to be day-nighter. So there is actually no due factor.
Due factor. I was also thinking on the
There
same
is
lines.
no due factor.
What time you're looking at the game
Yeah.
taking place? Are we sure of the Windies though?
Yes, because see, you cannot keep it
You
in
can't.
their night time because it will be early morning here.
Plus, can I tell you, a lot of the grounds that don't have floodlights.
You only have 3. You have in
Barbados.
Barbados, you have it in St. Lucia, and Trinidad and Tobago.
That's it.
That's it.
Queen's Park.
Queen's Park Oval. These are the only 3. In the US,
No, or do they have it in the Brian Lara Stadium?
Taruba,
I
don't.
think they do. It's a relatively new stadium
same
anyway.
venue, right? I mean,
it's
the
host. Not
Yeah.
sure if it hosted.
But I guess see also you
Even
gotta
Providence.
remember-
Providence has it, but Providence I think is not hosting any
But
games.
all of it is timings are according to this market, which is the
Yes.
Indian market.
yeah. So you're
There's
not looking at
nowhere
night
you're
matches
playing.
there. Yeah.
So for the first
Same
time,
goes for the US.
Yeah. For the first time since 2010, you're all going to see day matches in the World T20. 2012, 14, 16, 21, 22, everything was
Which
day
is
night.
great. Which is great. Just evens out the contest between
Yeah.
bat and ball and between winning the toss and losing the toss. So I think
Yes.
that's great.
Which is why this time your conditions are going to be your equalizer. But there you'll have to look at playing the right team combination. Which is why in the Indian case you got a problem of plenty. Now even in the squad, if you look at it, among Mukesh, Arshdeep, Avesh, who's going to make it? Only one of them or none?
I think you pretty much know.
Arshdeep.
Had let's say a fit Mohammad Shami been available, Jasprit Bumrah not been rested.
No, but Shami will be available.
He's a World Cup
Not
to
right
World
now,
Cup
I'm saying
bowler.
at the moment. Then you would have seen that squad pretty
No,
much
he would
play
still
right
not
now
have
as
been
well.
picked. No,
He's
because
a
you
World
not
Cup to
pick
World Cup
Siraj,
bowler.
You do not pick Bumrah. But again, as he said, Shami himself, I don't know what happens to the team when they're picking T20 squad. So I'm not sure myself.
Yeah.
Is what Shami said. He's right.
But again, you'd like to believe, yes, we heard from Shami, but again, we know he's going to have a good IPL again, like he always does. Last time Purple Cap winner, this time around even more sensational in the World Cup. So you just like to believe that if he's fully fit, he's a direct entrant.
But
he's a
again in 2022,
walk-in.
he had a good season for Gujarat Titans. He didn't win the Purple Cap, but he had a very
He was
good
in the top
season.
5.
Yes. He didn't make the squad until Bumrah was ruled out.
Yeah.
So you never really know with him. And of course, if he does come in, I'm not shocked.
No, so the never really know with him. The problem doesn't lie with him. You never
lies
really
with the
know with
selectors.
the
Yeah, because he'll get recalled randomly. He'll never play bilaterals, but he's playing every World Cup.
And
so
he had a very underwhelming World Cup. I think he didn't set the World Cup on
Oh, you're
fire.
talking about the
2022.
T20.
Yeah.
Not very good. Not very
Yeah,
good.
so that's the thing. And surprising because those were conditions were suited to him.
Was Virat practicing the slog sweep?
Yes, he was. As he has been playing.
He whacked Mujib last time.
Yes.
With that same shot.
And he also had Naveen straight down the ground.
Oh, that was a beauty.
A replica of that Haris Rauf.
Pretty much.
Kind of.
Just that it didn't have that much space on it.
Obviously, it's Naveen.
Yeah.
No, and also the bat face turned slightly more, so he went more towards long on.
When Naveen tries effort balls, it's 125.
As
So
soon as you mention a Lucknow Supergiant player, na, he just pops out from
Yeah.
full
Thank-
discussion
thank God.
sleeping. You mention a Lucknow Supergiant player.
thank God, Gambhir is no longer LSG.
Naveen, it's about Virat.
Uh-huh.
That's all.
That shot.
Yeah,
That was not a replica.
it wasn't. I mean, the bat face closed a lot more. It went towards long on. His Melbourne shot was straight, gun barrel straight.
Straight and that ball was on that body line.
Not really. It was short. Kohli had a little bit of room. Here also same.
No, but he made room.
He made room.
Slightly.
He
yeah.
moved back.
He moved back and it was.
Last time around, I think he could free his arms much more. That was more directed towards the body. I think Shiva makes a valid point. You see this one again, the extension of the arms was very clear. That time around, high on the bat, more at the back, lifted it
His
up.
back face turned in that. That's the thing. That's why it went more long on rather than straight. So.
Also, by the way, with Afghanistan, they too have made 3 changes and brought in 3 players who I don't seem to be very familiar with. It's very interesting because again, they've totally changed their bowling lineup.
Yeah.
You've got a Qais Ahmed, you've got Mohammad Salim Safi, and you've got Farid Ahmed Malik.
Qais Ahmed is the guy who does the cartwheel when he takes a wicket, remember?
Oh, okay.
That's that Qais Ahmed.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Then Salim Saifi and Farid Ahmed Malik. Yeah. Farid Malik.
No, but again, because it's a dead rubber. So even
Oh,
they've said.
Farid,
let's
can we
make
check?
these
I think
experiments.
Farid is one of those right arm fast bowlers that they have. The only I remember doing a bit of research their squad, and I think it's his debut. Farid Malik Ahmed. Can we check?
Yeah.
Let's see. 29-year-old debutant.
I
Let's
think.
check.
Oh, he's played 28
He's
T20.
played 28.
He's a left
Like,
arm.
it's not
fast.
even close.
No.
like
I-
second,
yeah.
third, fourth.
10 years. He's been playing for 10 years.
Missing the name then.
It's
One
like
of them.
not even like close to a debut. Like within the third match or the second.
And he's a left-arm pacer, by the way, to make things worse.
The other guy that I'm mixing.
Go ahead.
This is just your Nandre Burger moment.
Nandri Burger. Yeah. It was that moment.
Remind subscribers.
Siddharth thought that Nandre Burger was a hard-hitting top-order batsman. Turned out to be a left-arm pacer.
Yeah.
But rare for Siddharth.
Yeah.
Usually he gets it spot
Is it
on.
rare for...
It's not rare for Mohit.
No, I rarely come up with these things.
Exactly.
that in itself is rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just check for Mohammad Salim Safi because again, as I said, these are guys.
Even I also don't.
I'm really
have no
clueless
clue.
over some of them because, as he said, even the captain just said we have 3 changes.
Yeah.
I don't think he said anything beyond that.
Safi, yes.
Did he remember or not?
He's 21.
Okay. He might be your debutant. Let us talk about 2 ODIs.
Yeah.
That is a T20I debutant.
Yes.
And right arm fast feet. I mean, this is the guy. This is the guy.
You mix Safi with Farid.
This is the guy.
And he's making his debut. Well done, Mohit. No, I mean he was on the track, right track. That's
Just
okay.
mixed up the players.
Yeah.
Fair.
Good researcher.
Oh, he played against Bangladesh
I
in
played 2 games
23.
against Bangladesh. Yeah.
6 months ago.
So you got that bit right, that a right arm fast bowler is making his
It's still better than having a top order batter become a bowler, na? Bowler.
Yeah.
He was thereabout.
Not taken a wicket.
But names though sometimes can happen. That's okay.
Not taken a wicket.
6.7 economy, but that too not on 2 ODIs against Bangladesh.
No, but that's bad then, no? If you've given a
It
6.7 economy against Bangladesh.
From Baglan. Okay.
And in Bangladesh, mind
So
you.
they've rested Farooqi, huh?
Yeah.
They've
they
rested
have.
Farooqi and no Naveen.
Do you want to take a
No,
guess
Naveen.
who'd be more relieved in the Indian batting?
Left arm. But they've got another left arm.
Farooqi, the more experienced.
And also,
guy.
by the way, just FYI, what tends to happen more often is that the unknown left armers end up troubling.
Yes.
Whether it be spinners or pacers.
Dilshan Madhushanka again, World Cup.
Madhushanka, Janssen shot to fame. Lest we forget Matthew Kuhneman. Indore, it was he who set up that collapse.
Andre Berger, that test match.
And Andre Berger.
Bold.
Berger, in fact, even in the T20.
Why Rohit never had a good record against Pakistan? Mohammad Amir.
Uh,
Amir would get that ball to come back in LBW. Gone.
And today we'll get the answer of that one thing everyone's looking forward
Oh
to.
yes.
Rohit Sharma and how many runs he gets. And it's a left arm fast bowler that he's going to be.
Farid Ahmed Malik.
Also, even a 0.1% chance is there of seeing Virat and Rohit open, or that theory is down
with
the.
Yashasvi there.
That would have happened had you rested a
Yashasvi.
Yashasvi and you tried to accommodate all your batters. You know.
So you're not experimenting for sure with this, like, because if you were to go by that school of thought that okay, if you've decided to move past a Shubman Gill, who also, like we were discussing in the 15, might just be be there or there and thereabouts, let's say, just on the fence of it. Having Yashasvi, because you were looking at Shubman bat at 3, and if you want to accommodate more players and all, is that the chance? Are we looking at, let's say, Virat Rohit open here today, maybe Yashasvi at 3?
I think this, we mentioned earlier, this could be a possibility. You never know. See, again, right now, the way Yashasvi is playing, unbelievable. But if, let's say, Rinku may struggle to make it one sky and Hardik are back, it'll be tough to drop them. Then, if you need to take a call, it could boil down to Yashasvi versus Rinku. I'm not saying that's right. You know, people will point out, why don't you drop a Hardik? Somebody will say, why don't you drop a Rohit? Somebody will say anything. Whatever you can say, we all know what will happen, right? So let's stick to what will happen. So none of those guys get dropped. So then you will have to either play Yashasvi or play Rinku, even though they are not competing for the same spot. But because of the virtue of being youngsters and dropping them the easier option, you will drop one of them.
Yes.
In a scenario where you want to play Rinku, then you might have to let go of Yashasvi, where then is the only option you get a Rohit and Virat to open.
Yeah.
Or you stick with Yashasvi, he's been batting well, left hand, right hand combination, which means Rinku will sit up. I think this is what the team is going to do. Eventually it will boil down to between Rinku versus Yashasvi Jaiswal, and you go with either cricketing logic or you go with whatever is the easier option. Because if, let's say, you know, people, because of what again, as I said, big fan of Yashasvi and he's doing very well, but if you were to compare Rinku and Yashasvi, I think Rinku may have done slightly more than Yashasvi. Again, different roles, but slightly more. And if you more succumb to public perception, you may have to fit in a Rinku.
Yeah,
By
because
which
I was
case
just
then you
thinking
get
of
a
roles
Virat
the other day. If you are because not too long back you were looking and there were a large section of fans out there who were rooting for Virat to open the innings for India. If Yashasvi, who has a career strike rate of about 169, as against Virat Kohli 138, that too predominantly batting at 30, batting at number 3. Now, if you were to push Virat and hope that okay, he can give you the acceleration, he operated 180 the other day. So maybe okay, you may not get 170 from Virat every time, but if you get that assurance, if we are to see something today from Virat that okay, he can crank it up to 155, let's say, as an opener, because Rinku's role is very specialized that way. Who does the next best job for Rinku? Because for Yashasvi, you made up with a Virat Kohli. But who does Rinku's role then?
No, valid point, but I still feel that even the role that Yashasvi is doing,
very specialized, I agree.
While you can find a replacement,
yeah.
But then I don't think you will do justice to him. What he's doing is also exceptional, and that's the problem. what both Rinku and Yashasvi are
I'm just
doing
trying
are
to
both
fit in a
doing-
Rinku here.
No, I agree.
I am a big fan of
I
a left
agree.
hand right hand combination at the moment that we have.
Which is what I'm saying. It'll all boil down to Rinku versus Yashasvi,
Yeah.
which shouldn't have been the case because
Yeah.
both of them are outstanding.
And both should be in your starting.
Correct.
Yes.
Which is what I'm saying. But you will go with the easier option, which is what you are pointing out. It would be easier to drop Yashasvi than Rinku, possibly.
Possibly.
There is a big
That is the unfortunate part. Neither should be dropped.
There is a big school of thought that if Rohit fails, I mean that's very rational, but public perception saying drop Rohit, open with Virat, and that's how you
not
can fit in
happening.
both
Won't happen
Yashasvi
now.
and Rinku.
How?
happen.
That's
but
the thing.
it's not happening. You can't drop your captain.
Are you sure?
When has that happened in Indian cricket?
It may not happen in Indian cricket, but it's happened. in
And
the
it's not going to
past.
be a first this time.
I mean,
You've convinced your captain supposedly to lead in T20.
Yeah,
and
you're convinced
3
him.
games. No way it's happening.
Won't happen. I mean, in an
Yeah.
ideal world, maybe, but I don't
it's
think
not
it'll
happening. So see, one of Rinku or Yashasvi will have to play, the other will have to sit out. That's the thing, because you're not dropping a Sky, you're not dropping a Hardik when they come back. Especially Hardik, because he will give you your team composition balance.
Sixth person to bowl.
Exactly.
Okay, 5 minutes left, so let's quickly answer all questions. Don't move it, please, Shivam. Okay, let's start with the first one. Priyanshu Parekh saying Sanju getting that after getting announced in the 11 tells about his popularity despite not getting regular chances.
You got a big cheer in the ground. But that's
Yeah,
Which has
no
happened
doubt.
everywhere.
We've said it oftentimes that he has a massive fan following. I agree, completely agree. Tripti Dimri saying Farid fight versus Asif Ali, was there a...
That Sharjah game, that Asia Cup, where I think he got into a fight with Asif Ali.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
After he hit that couple of boundaries, and then when he dismissed him, there was a big fight.
Okay. Karuta says, can you check Jitesh's stats and last game versus C teams? It's not promising or convincing to assure a place. I don't want Sanju, but does a 15 ball 30, then why would we consider Jitesh?
Because it's a thankless job for Jitesh to be playing, and then if you're looking at stats, that's why I'm saying, finishers don't look at pure numbers. You'll never get a perspective. It's not about number of runs scored. It's what's the rate he scored it at. Don't judge by number of runs or average. What's the strike rate? It's pretty promising.
Yeah,
It's a
he
tough role to play.
he does the dirty job and does it consistently. He was doing a lot in IPL 2 seasons in a row.
Punjab.
For
Kings,
Punjab Kings.
Not easy, boss. Not easy.
It's not.
Okay, Ashish Dhar wants to know, are Kapil, Sunil, I'm guessing Gavaskar, Sachin Tendulkar, MSD, Yuvraj, Kohli once in a generation cricketers? Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. All of the names that you mentioned.
Correct.
Completely agree. Also, India will score 185, he feels. I think that's a good shout.
That's a good chance, yeah.
Good shout.
Although in that list, I would add even a Virendra Sehwag. He changed Indian cricket.
Anil Kumble for that matter.
Kumble, yep.
Be lots, but he just asked about those.
Yeah, they are.
On that, should we also go with predictions or take the questions first?
No, let's take a few more.
Yeah.
Pranav Shukla says, oh no, we've taken that. Okay. Uptesh wants to know views on Steve Smith opening.
It's too early to judge. We can't judge him off one innings. If you're going to give him that time, then let him at least have a few solid openings before you take a call. But I mean, the old saying always says, "Don't fix something that's not broken." So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, see, he's getting 3 more tests after this. I mean, he's playing 1 more in Brisbane against the West Indies, and he's got 2 against New Zealand coming up. There, we'll come to know whether he really fits in the bill, because it was the first time ever that he opened in Test matches.
Well, he made a young boy's day today.
Yep. He made Shamar Joseph from
Shamar
Guyana.
Guyana, yeah.
Yep.
Go down it to the bottom, please, Shivam. These are the same. Okay. Let's start with freaking awesome. Have you noticed this venue?
When you saw the England-India Test series, either hosting these Test matches for the first time, or England have never won a Test over there. So there's no Chennai or Delhi, and England have never actually lost a Test in Delhi.
Yeah, they havened. They haven't lost a Test in Delhi.
Right.
Yes. All the venues are hosting it for the first time, like England, Hyderabad hosting it, I think, for the first time. Vizag hosted in 2016. That was the birth of the Vizag dog meme that came.
Oh.
And Dharamshala, England are playing for the first time a Test match. Rajkot, you did play there. You drew that 2016 game. And Ranchi, I think you're playing for the first time. But yes, in Chennai in particular, there used to be in the 80s and 90s, there used to be the Pongal Test,
Okay.
which England and India would play. But now that, ever since 1988, you haven't played. That's the thing.
Donald Trump, you're asking me a question to which I have no answer. Because I didn't even know that I was there in the first place. So I would not know. GGK. Rohit back in form. Afghan bowlers should be worried.
No, I'm
What's up back in from where?
No, he's predicting.
Yeah, he's predicting, but I think
predictions are-
he's sarcastically predicting also.
That's
That's a double whammy.
Yeah, I think
Every single time he says, "Oh, Rohit will score a 200 in the
Yeah,
ODI World
that's
Cup."
That's not sarcastic. He's a big Rohit fan, so I think he's just
So that's
manifesting.
fair enough, which
He's
is
just
good.
Manifesting.
Every match that he would go
Possible.
200 plus. Remember,
And
in
every
the,
match he says Sanju will get a big 100 also, so what does it matter?
that's the thing. Yeah, I hope so. Rohit back in form. He doesn't go out for a diamond duck or any kind of duck this time around. So let's see.
Tripti wants to know what is the company of pads Jaiswal uses. I've seen those pads used by MSD and Sehwag. Yeah, Sachin used to use a very particular set, which was also used by Gavaskar at one point. Those are lighter weight pad, but now I think most companies make it. So it's not just specific to one company. I think a lot of companies are making.
Yeah, but it
those
does
pads.
remind me very much of the ones which Dhoni sports.
yeah,
Faded.
yeah, faded,
Light
wider. I think
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're lightweight,
the light.
very light. Yeah, Sachin also used to wear the same one.
My question is,
Yes, what's your question, Shivam?
is this original Tripti or
Right?
That is a
That you have to ask
you
that
know,
individual.
that question.
Directed to
You know
him
the
or
answer also, na?
her question is like a boy, cricketing.
No, so that's obvious, na? The one you're talking about obviously does not have time to.
So that's one question to sports today.
What kind of a question is that, Shivam? Two people asking the same question. What if Sky doesn't recover in time?
Exactly.
Is there something about his injury we don't know?
Oh,
No, I
man.
think this is just hypothetical.
Then a year will
See, he's holidaying at this point in time. I think he is going to be fit for the IPL. He's not going to be there for the England tests. I don't think he's going to be picking in the remainder of the 3 games.
Highly doubt.
I doubt
Okay,
it.
Sona Ghosh has a logic to why he thinks Rohit will score big today because of the weak bowling lineup. He said, anyway, he's off the mark, I
He's
guess.
off the mark in 2024. Yay.
4 runs.
I don't guess a left-hander.
Yes, he's off the mark in T20s. Yes. After 3 ducks in India, he's off the mark in India after a year.
Okay, so
Oh, no, he's not out. 4 leg buys.
I want to be
likewise.
watching. No, they gave him
No, the game is clear.
the
runs.
bat.
4 LB it was put in the graphic.
No.
Acha, then.
4 off the bat, yeah. Okay, innings has started. I want to see it.
Yeah.
Bye. Take
Score
care.
predictions.
Score predictions. Let's go.
Very quickly.
190 India winning.
181 India win.
See, 4 leg buys.
193. India win.
193.
So he's still not off the mark yet. It was leg buys.
I'm going 190. 97.
Okay.
90, 93, 97, you got 3.
And I picked 181. I think I'm the lowest.
Okay, take care. Bye bye.
Yep.
Vanakkam.
Nandri.
Nandri. See you mid innings.
See you. They ran 3 runs on this Chinnaswamy.